the governor, I think what he should do now, if he can, because I'm sure that between now and noon today, you might hear one or two news coming from the State Assembly. If you read the judgment very well, you remember, if you go through that judgment, the court did not recognize these other 3 people any longer. The court only said Martins and the 26, these are the authentic members of the assembly. Taking to the fact that between the time that this crisis started, Martins Amehule and the other 26 had already suspended these other persons who went on trial in disobedience of the decisions of the assembly. And so Okojombo and the 2 or 3 other persons, no, there are 2, the 3 of them, they are no longer members of the State Assembly by virtue of the decision that were taken before now. And so every rule, every law, every decision that were made by a Martins Assembly, including the ones you have there with you, my brother, are all statutory, are valid. And so it therefore means that the governor is in a very precarious situation as it is today. The governor cannot spend, the governor cannot make any appointment, the governor cannot make any serious decisions of government as it is today. And the governor is in disobedience of so many decisions of the assembly, including the resources, the spending of the resources of this state. And these are serious offenses. Remember before now, the assembly has already brought out, is it 11 or how many decisions they brought out that the governor was in disobedience of, and these are, they call it impeachable offenses. They have already read these offenses out, okay, and now he has even included some others that the governor that even committed after that period. So the offenses that the governor has disobeyed that are impeachable are so many as it is today. And as I speak to you, you cannot tell me that I am nobody. You know, the governor has said a lot of things against the former governor and the assembly, even called them names. Cows, cats, this and all that. In fact, he made bold to say that they only exist because I wanted them to exist. As it is today, they cannot exist because I don't want them to exist. As if he was the power himself. Democracy is anchored on the legislature.
Of course.
And you cannot toil with the legislature as an executive and you think you can succeed. And so as it is today, everything that will happen in Rivers State is dependent on the 27 members, which Martins Amehule is leading. And I am sure that they will not have nothing to listen to this governor who has suffered them for so many months. No salary, no allowance, no local. That he even suffered our own constituency, like me from a constituency 1. We have suffered project, nothing has come to us as what's it called, constituency project and nothing. And we think that if my assembly member, my own assembly member, and even the speaker does not go to the extent of impeaching this governor, we will record them as their constituents. Okay. We can't allow them to say, because we have suffered so much, no constituency project, no development. Our member have not, in December, the few 3 assembly members in their villages were killing cows, sharing money, because they were receiving salaries from the governor. And we, our own members, did not come home with nothing, not even a grain of rice. And we think that the constituents will be happy. We are not happy. And so as it is today, we think that if they don't call back this governor and impeach him, we will record them. That is how it is. As it is today.
The Supreme Court in the judgment said you cannot exclude the 27 constituency of a state and make serious budgetary decisions. But you know, like from what you said, which is valid for me, which is correct. Yes, sometimes, you know, when you predict a man, it might not be so. Sometimes there's a way crisis will humble a man. When you see crisis, it will humble you too. And I said this I said part of this during your town hall political crisis, this thing that your station head, which is good for the people, is that when you take a loan of success from the devil, they say check the interest rate. Don't take a loan from the devil and you become successful and you say you won't pay the interest rate. What am I trying to say? The governor did not get good advisors to advise him on what he was doing, especially when, you know, some persons were called Nebuchadnezzar. And I was with my wife that day. I said to my wife, how can you eat the food of Nebuchadnezzar? Fed you, and then you are alive. And then you turn back and look at the Nebuchadnezzar and you are saying, no, you should know that he's Nebuchadnezzar. You should know. And where am I driving to? And that's why I say sometimes, you see, in politics, there is something called never. Yes, certain things can happen. I'm telling you that from my own information, that some persons will step into this crisis, all for the sake of do not impeach them.
And those persons are coming from the air.
No, hold on. See, we are all alive now. No, hold on. The governor of Rivers State, two things for me. Two is one. That's why I said, I hope that by today, 2025 can no longer be presented. But 2024 can no longer be presented. But documents of expenditure of 2024 will be presented. Of what they have done with
it. Was not appropriated.
No.
So it is illegal in the first place.
No, I'm not. No, you don't get it. I'm not justifying it.
Daniel, the statement you made, let's look at it from the Constitution.
No. Let me say this so that you understand me. No, so that you understand.
Wait, hold on. Do you present a document of expenditure?
No, hold on.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Supreme Court judgment says present 2024 budget. Supreme Court judgment did not say present 2024 expenditure. They are two different things. Go ahead. I want to understand what you're saying.
Even by the law, they cannot. It's not possible anymore to come and say, we want to do something, and he said it comes from Ichi. Oh, we have ABCD to do in Ichi in 2024. No, that cannot be possible anymore.
So what expenditure are you going to present?
No, I'm coming. And I'm saying that the life of every budget has a window behind of reference during budget presentation. You would have seen budget presentation to say that, oh, we had 50%, what do they call it now? Execution in this place. We had 80% execution in this. We did this and all of that. Yes, that's why I said something that, for me, there's an excuse the governor can always give. It is left for the assembly whether to accept those excuses or not. Which is one, for me, which is germane, is that, yes, we have been in the legal battles. I have appealed those judgments because I disagree with those judgments. And it was based on that we are able to go with 2024 budget because we appealed those judgments. It is now left for the State House of Assembly whether to accept that reason or not. And for me, which is germane, is that, like you said, if 2025 window is still open, they can still present 2025 budget. But I think where the problem would come from is, like she said, which I agree. Yes, we cannot present, but money has been expended. It's a fact. It is the assembly. If the assembly wants to know, the assembly will say submit document for what you expended last year.
For what was never budgeted.
No, that's... See, okay, if you now say don't present document,
let me cut up here. If the assembly says so, it means that the assembly is disagreeing with the judgment of the Supreme Court.
No.
The Supreme Court said you never presented 2024 budget.
Yes.
Go and present it.
Okay,
and you are telling me that the governor will exclude my brother.
Okay.
The governor will come and beg them and say, let me, because I was in court with you, because I appealed this judgment, okay, that was why I did not obey you. Now let me tell you how I expended something that I never budgeted.
No. Okay, between me and you, we agree that 2024 can no longer be presented, right? No, let's agree. So that let's know what we're having a conversation on. On this table, we agreed that 2024 can no longer be presented before the State House of Assembly. But I'm saying that monies of Rivers State has been spent. They have spent money for Rivers State. Good. They had to show documents.
Not budgeted.
Yes,
not budgeted. The document will now be presented at the impeachment level, where you will come. Yes, that is it, because you were in disobedience of the courts and the decisions of the assembly. Don't present 2024 budget to Okojombo-led assembly. You presented it. The assembly came and the assembly said, you did not present this budget. You gave it to your co-followers.
No, hold on.
Court also said so. And you are telling me that he will come and tell them how he expended that money. From what source?
No. I think, do we agree that 2025 can be presented?
Like I said here, if there will be room for that.
No, there will be
and
room.
I know why I put that clause.
No, there will be room.
No, Daniel, hold on.
Yeah.
Now, with respect to, because now we are looking at the spirit of the law, the letters of the law. You know, if we are to talk about the Supreme Court judgment, we cannot subvert it.
Of course.
Right? If the Supreme Court judgment says present 2024 budget, in fact, let me use the word of the Supreme Court, appropriation bill. Present the appropriation until a proper appropriation bill is enacted. It means that there was no bill, there was no law backing up the expenditure. Understand that? The expenditure.
Anyway.
So now, two things. Either the governor spent from his personal income and River State money is still untouched, which he will now go to the assembly to present the budget and say the money has not been touched. And probably if the assembly approves it, he will now refund himself. That's on one hand. Or, on the other hand, he has to present the budget and then start defending whether the money is there or not. But a budget, what the Supreme Court says is, hold on, is present a budget. Now, if you're saying present expenditure, expenditure takes effect when there is a probe. You cannot present present expenditure as an appropriation bill.
No, let me see.
You can hold on. You cannot go to the House of Assembly to present expenditure and tell them that the 2024 budget, that is not the exercise. The exercise as instructed by the Supreme Court is budget, appropriation bill, which is not yet a law, right? Expenditure is if the governor is being probed and the questions, where is River State money for 2024? That's where the governor can now bring out expenditure. It's a different ball game whether it was approved or not. It's a different conversation. But you cannot present expenditure in place of a budget.
No, hold on. This is what
Go ahead.
For every judgment, it is not all judgments that are easily executed. Some would have to. You have to sit down. Do you know the role of ADR?
No, I'm coming. Hold on. Do you know the role of ADR in litigation?
No, I'm coming.
The role of ADR is alternate dispute resolution, which could have happened prior to this time. Don't you agree?
No, hold on. The Supreme Court gave judgment about local government in Nigeria. Was it implemented? Has it been implemented? It has not been implemented. You still needed some political solutions to reach an agreement, which is one. What did the federal government do? Called all state governors to say, okay, please, can we in the next 3 months let all states who have caretaker, who have all kinds of nomenclature, go to your state and conduct elections. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court judgment should take effect immediately. It didn't do that. 2, Supreme Court said, pay money directly to local government. As the federal government done that? It has not been done. Jack is still being operated. Why? There still need is political solutions to get to some point. So what I'm saying,
the Supreme Court's local government autonomy situation is a completely, entirely different scenario. Hold on. From what is obtainable in River State. There could be arbitrations, there could be bottlenecks that needs to be strengthened out. Of course, the Central Bank of Nigeria has come to explain why that has not taken effect yet. As to hold on, as to there is need for signatories and all of that. And recall that a 3-month moratorium was given for local governments for states that have caretaker committees to conduct. These are the things.
Those are political solutions. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. In River State is an entirely different thing. This is local government. Hold on. Local government autonomy judgment by Supreme Court was not given amidst crisis in quotes. River State judgment came amidst crisis that has defied political solutions. And now, suddenly, there might be a window for political solution. If we are to look at River State as it were currently, who are the so-called elders? Hold on. Who are the elders that will make this peace, considering that the elders have taken sides.
No, not all
We
elders.
have elders on the side of the governor and elders on the side of the lawmakers. And the other elders that you are talking about, the microscopically infinitesimal number of elders that you're talking about right now, so far has been silent, even when their voices was desperately needed to bring sanity in political crisis in Rivers State.
No, see what I'm
So
saying.
I want a clarity
no.
on these concerns that I've raised.
No. See, the truth is, money has been expended in Rivers State in 2024, not approved by the Rivers State House of Assembly. But I think that we can get to a solution to say this A, B, C, D. This is how we have done it. I don't think, you see, mark this day down. I don't think that the next thing that will go will become something that it will now be an impeachable offense. No, it will take a long time.
Okay.
I think the first thing for me, which will be a blessing, is that probably, hopefully, maybe by next week, let the governor of the state appear before the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Okay.
Let them pass even the 2025 budget first. Let something keep going because salaries will be paid, a lot of things will be done. Let that happen. Then we can now begin to look at what are the things that happened in 2024. How come Rivers State money was spent without approval? And let's see the reasons that will come. But in clear.
And you think the assembly will give him audience to present 2025 budget without the 2024 budget?
I don't think that the assembly would want to witch hunt him to that extent.
Witch hunt?
No.
Did you call that a witch hunt?
No. What I mean is that...
Do you think it's a fair language to use at this point? Considering everything that's happened?
No, I'm not even looking at that. We are looking at the end point is to impeach him. No, I don't think that is the first thing they have in mind.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is the first thing. But I know, like I said, there will still be a crisis coming.
There will still be a crisis. All right, very well.
And I don't see it in the budget. I don't see
in the budget. You see in other things. All right, very well. Amehule, as
don't call him
Kingsley Akumefule, sorry, as we round up very quickly your final submissions. And it's also very interesting to note that, the governor had also met some people, chiefs and first-class chiefs. And part of the bills that were passed into law by Martin Amehule is the traditional rulers law. And also you recall that of the commissions of public inquiry law, setting up probes and all that, where they made it tripartite, where it has the power is now shared between the governor, the assembly, and the commission. Right? There are a lot of laws that I have been going through, and it's coming to my head like the powers of the governor is seriously whittled down. Very seriously whittled down. And the assembly, by the laws that the governor ignored and did not, negotiate with them on, they have also, right now, they are even much more powerful than they were when they were inaugurated. How do you see all this playing out moving forward as we round up?
Yeah, very simple. The governor refused to listen at the time he was supposed to listen. And when a child refuses to listen to his parents, the tendency that he would definitely regret of those disobediences from his parents would definitely be there. Whatever you think that the assembly had done, they did because the governor was not ready to, understand their position as legislators. And of course, having done those things, it will be difficult to undo them. I only pray and wish that the governor would run very speedily to see if there will be a little window, just like Senator Magnus Abe had admonished on the day of that judgment on Friday. He said that because the governor failed to utilize the opportunities he had, that now these things have been struck. But however, that there's still a window of little opportunities for the governor. Only if the governor will be ready to take those opportunities. If he is ready, and I know that he would because he does not have option, let him move very quickly. But if he doesn't, the hammer or the gavel is about to be hit, and if that thing is hit on his head, he will definitely regret all the decisions he had taken. But I pray and wish that the State Assembly does what is right. But if they don't do, who will question them?
All right, very well. Thank you so much, Kingsley Akumefile, for coming on Open Conversation. It was a pleasure having you.